Right, so the approaches of marketing, again we'll starting discuss on this particular things. We have already discussed up to the 10 approach, so let's move to the 11th approach. As I remember, isn't it, up to this economic approach has been already discussed in the previous session. So let's start with this distribution of goods and services approach. We have to understand the market through this approach. Sorry, no, not market, marketing through this approach, right? So as you have just look at the goods and services, only distribution, it means here the selling is paramount importance, right? So that's why it is also called commodity approach, and this is the initial level of marketing approach. That's why it's old and it means initially when this marketing activity has come into the picture, so only the distribution of goods and services, it means you have to sell your product by any means, just sell it, right? Just sell it, it means from producer to consumer, right? So this is the main center point of this approach, and that's why this approach is a bit similar with this commodity approach that we have already discussed, right? For example, you can understand that the transportation, the storage, and the sale activities, then the grading, isn't it? So all these things has to be they are in this distribution of goods and services approach, right? Because the distribution is there, it means you have to make an arrangement for the transportation from one place to other place, it means from the manufacturing unit to the final consumer, right? So in this approach only this aspect come into the picture ki how as a marketing personnel you are making an arrangement so that you are able to transfer the legal rights of the goods and services from producer to the consumer, right? And whatever your method is, you can devise the method as per the current availability that is there itself, right? And initially this approach is considered as a very ideal approach, because when there is all this industrial revolution has been there, then more industry has been set up and they are just making production of several goods, so the only job is to sell it, isn't it? It means from producer to the consumer. So these things has been included here itself, right? But there is also some lacking with this approach, and that's why some new approaches come into the picture. So what the basic lacking in this approach is that you can understand there is no product planning. It means here you are just making a product, right, as per your own plan. Here plan is not related to the customer oriented, that's why there is lacking of product planning properly. Then also there is no market research or any other kind of activities that is going to improve the product that firm is manufacturing. Is this kind of activity is not under consideration for this approach, distribution of goods and services there, right? Here is only one assumption you can say that in this distribution of goods and services, there is only one assumption is that the product has to be produced by the producer, and properly that product has to cater the demand for the consumer or the customer there, right? So this is the basic you can say that deficiency with this approach. There is one more deficiency, that is the activity is bit time consuming, right? And the activity is also repetitive, because when the selling is there, so thing has to be bit repetitive. So these are certain problem with this. So let me again summarize you what the meaning of this is, that in this distribution goods and services approach, the core activity is how to transfer the goods and services from producer to the consumer hand, right? And this approach has certain problem. The basic problem is there. First problem, there is no market planning, there is no market research, there is no product planning, it's a time consuming and it's a repetitive process, right? So these are the basic points that one need to understand for this distribution of goods and services approach, right? So is there any question from this approach? Right, so the next approach that we are going to discuss is standard of living. Standard of living here, right? So now the things that we have to understand here is, since the standard of living, so you can easily understand that this standard of living, this is totally targeted for this customer. So that's why the first statement said this approach is customer oriented, right? Customer oriented. So when it is customer oriented, obviously the scope there is a scope that is there more scope has to be included in this. How? Because the customer, if you are doing this approach customer oriented, if you have a plan to devise any product or the develop any product that is customer oriented, it means you have to do proper market research, isn't it? This then you have to have certain product planning, certain innovation, certain research kind of things has to be done there, and all this activity has to be done before the sale, because through this you are just raising the lifestyle of the people, or you can say that customer or the consumer, through this standard of living, right? Here obviously, since the you can also here add one thing, that here we have to develop the quality of goods and services, not quantity. Quantity has to be there, but quality need to be improved, and through the improvement of quality we are making the life comfortable, luxurious and easier. So through this we are just raising the living standard of the customer or the consumer here, and through this what you are going to achieve? Consumer welfare. I have already told, welfare means degree of happiness. You are just raising the degree of happiness of consumer here when you are developing the good quality of any goods and services, right? Is it clear? So these two approaches clear to all of you. I have already discussed these two approach, these two goods and services, and then I have explained you this standard of living. Is it clear? Fine. So now the utility creation, that is another important thing that one need to understand here. Utility creation, right? So utility creation means what? It means we are converting some raw material into certain finished product, but that finished product had certain degree of usefulness. That is called utility creation. See, if it is in a raw form, there is no use at all. Now you are converting that raw material into certain product, but the product has one important quality, that it has some usefulness, right? So that's why utility has been there. It means the usefulness, you can't say the usefulness has a degree of usefulness. It means for the same product, right? Useful, if you talk about the usefulness is different for different people, you can say that, right? Whatever the product we have, so that's why the term utility has been there. It means degree of usefulness, isn't it? Let me give you a simple example. Just take example of mobile. We all have a mobile. So how we are using our mobile as per our the knowledge, our use and our priority, that's called utility. Despite all the mobile has almost same feature, but we all are not using the same feature, isn't it? So that's why utility term has been, it's mean degree of usefulness. It means how the product is useful as per your understanding. So that's why utility creation. So this is also one of the marketing approach. It means here what you are doing, here you are creating certain kind of utility with the product, right? So that people or the customer can get attracted towards that utility aspect. It means the you have to make an arrangement, or you are doing that kind of planning, or you are doing that kind of awareness, or you are doing that kind of promotion, where you are able to make it understand to the people that the product that you are launching has a certain use in their life, right? If these things will be there, obviously the consumer or the customer is going to have a desire, or there will be chances that they can attracted toward the product that you are marketing or you are producing here itself, right? So as in the economics you have already studied, there is four type of utility. So again I am giving the brief for that: form utility, place utility, time utility, and transfer of ownership utility. This four utility you have already studied in economics. So when you have any kind of uh, when you are designing any product or when you are developing any product, so you have to have this kind of utilities should attach with that product, either it with a form or place, time, or transfer of ownership. So if form means what, you are changing raw material into certain finished product, or when you are converting into finished product, obviously it has certain kind of shape, certain kind of size, isn't it? And then if it's certain kind of shape, size, or certain kind of design, so those things is going to attract the consumer towards your product, right? So let me give you a very simple example. We have a timber from the forest. So initially it is a timber form. Now we are converting, it means we are changing the shape and size. We are making beautiful furnitures, chairs, tables, isn't it? So now it become a useful. Initially it is a simple piece of log, simple timber that is lying on the surface. Now we are converting into certain useful form by changing certain shape and size there, isn't it? So by changing the form, certain utility can be created here. Fine. Now the second utility, as I told you, change of place. Change of place. When the product is going to change the place from one place to other place, then it has a utility. If it is not going to change the place, it has no utility at all, right? Or let me give you again a very simple example. Generally we have some house construction activity and everything is there. So for house construction activity we need sand, we need bricks and some other object, right? So unless or until sand is transferred from the river bank to the area where it is needed, there is no utility of that sand, isn't it? Nearby the river bank the sand is there, so people are going to play there, every activity is there, but there is no exact utility there. But when it changes place, right, or obviously if you're going to change its place, utility has been there. This is one example. There are lots of example you can add here. Then change of time. Obviously if the time has to be changed there, right? If time has to be changed or according to time, certain utility can be created. Let me give a very simple example. I think you all have already aware of that. Okay, whenever your parents, perhaps now you are also going to buy some commodity for your household. So whenever your parent, you have listened several times, you're supposed to buy the rice, right? They are basically looking for those rice which is some 1 or 2 year old. They are not going some newly harvested rice, because old rice is more useful than the fresh one, isn't it? So the time approach you can have there. So this kind of example you can understand the change of time there, right? And similarly the change of possession or ownership, it means when the ownership has been transferred from one hand to another, then it gets certain kind of utility here itself. So lots of example you will get there, when the things has been, ownership has been changed, and then utility has been developed after that here, right? So also you can also say is utility based on the authority or authoritative utility you can add here. Is it clear to all of you now, utility creation, the approach of utility creation here? Fine. The next is revenue generating. So the previous two approaches that I have discussed with you, one is standard of living, then the second is utilities. Basically both the approach you can say is the customer oriented, isn't it? But now come to the revenue generating. So revenue, it means the profit or the return that a firm or organization has to be received, right? So that's why it is company or firm oriented. Is it clear? That's what it is, a company or firm oriented. Here the company has to implement their plan or whatever the different kind of function that need to be that need to be implemented on the field. The purpose for all this kind of activity is to maximize the gain or to receive certain return or to receive some amount of income there, because if there is no income at all, obviously business activity cannot be extended, isn't it? So that's why it is mandatory for organization to generate more and more revenue by doing the marketing activity. So when the company has to think through the approach, the company has an approach of revenue generating approach. The company is working on this approach only, how to maximize their gain, right? So whatever the cost they are paying for the cost of for their production activity, they are making certain kind of price mechanism so that they have a certain amount of return there. Is it clear? So this is the revenue generating approach, you can say that. And on the basis so that you can easily understand that there are certain important features of this revenue generating. You can say that first, if since it is since companies there, so companies all obviously has to act for the profit basis, isn't it? So if any firm or any institution, if they are performing any activity, activity means production and distribution, so whatever the production and distribution activity has to be done there by the firm, right? The basis for all these activity is profit. Is it clear? Basis for all this activity is profit there, right? And how the profit will be there? If they are able to curtail down their cost of production, right? So they have to maintain this kind of approach there, so that the rate of return can be maximized here, right? So I hope you have understood the revenue generating. Is it clear to this point? Right, now come to this approach, art and science approach. So I'm not going to get into so much detail because I have already explained you the meaning of art and science. So just again I'm reminding those aspects, and you can easily understand the concept here. So what the science means? Science was providing certain tools, certain principles, certain theories, right? It means science provide you how to do, right? What to do, what kind of principle that you have to use there. And art is to do, right? If science is providing the theoretical aspect, art is providing the practical aspect there. So it means if you talk about the marketing as a science, it means certain principles, certain technique, statistics. You can just look at it, given a principle, status, thoughts from the mathematics will come in the picture, right? Now you have to make all this science into application form. So applied science become a art here. So marketing is both science and art, right? And since it is science, so as I already explained you, the science is a systematic study. So obviously it is a systematic study where you are using all these tools of science, like just like some mathematical norms, certain theories that can be utilized here, right? And then art means how to implement all those kind of theory, all those kind of all the data that has been through the science we are gathering this. So that is art. So art, and so we can also understand the marketing through this approach, art and science. Science means again what the principle that has to be worked, and art is how to implement that principle in the field itself, right? So that is art and science approach. Now traditional and earlier approach. So I have already discussed the commodity approach, the product approach. All the same is the traditional or the earlier approach, you can say that, right? So that's what is a clearly focus on make and sell concept there. Is it clear? Or obviously as so what the other approach that you can add with this, the production, product and selling approach is basically explaining this traditional or the earlier approach of marketing here. Then if you move the modern, right, so you just easily understand that. So then if you talk about the modern, so here we have to add this marketing concept, customer concept, societal marketing concept. All this concept I have already explained to you. So this modern concept of marketing is totally customer centered. So if it is customer centered, it means we have to add some marketing concept here, right? And then societal marketing concept also there is nowadays in modern approach of marketing. So even you can look at here, it is customer centered and main identify and meet the needs of customers profitably, right? It means here marketing concept has included, then customer, and at the end of the societal marketing concept that is also included in the modern approach of marketing here. And then contemporary, it means a recent approach, what the new thing that is coming there. So as I explained you the holistic and during the evolution of marketing, which I have discussed the introduction part, I have discussed the holistic approach, right, where everything is integrated, all the aspect of marketing has been integrated here. That is the contemporary, right? That is the contemporary approach here. It means here you have to target your customer or the consumer more precisely, and sometimes you also have to do the personalized marketing or one-to-one marketing, and you people already experience that. Sometimes you are getting a call from the call center executive and they are explaining you some products. So one-to-one marketing is also promoted here in this contemporary approach. Then use of internet, you can say that. Then e-marketing, digital marketing is there, search engine marketing also there. Not only that, nowadays artificial intelligence has been used, as you people already witnessed. You just search anything in the Amazon. Now whenever you are going to open your Facebook or you are going to open any mail, you will get that one ad from that product will be there. I hope most of you have already seen that, right? And if you not seen that, now you can just look all these things there. So that is contemporary approach, right? New techniques has been used there for any kind of promotion of the product. Not only that, survey kind of activities, so that the firm or the organization can understand the mood of the consumer, their needs, their desire related to the product. So all these things are the contemporary approach, or the things that I've already done. The holistic approach is there itself. Obviously, is it clear up to this point? Have you get that? So this all about the approach that I have explained to you, right? So if you have any specified question from any of the approach, I like to make it clear. Okay, so contemporary approach, let me again give you some points, what are the things that you need to understand here. First is a relationship marketing, right, where total focus on the all things customer, not only then business marketing, industrial marketing, everything. It means the firm has approach of customer oriented, but also they have intention to maximize their profit, right? Then all the component of has to firm or the organization has to work together, right? Then there is a use of new forms of marketing. As I told you, new forms of marketing means you can use the internet, then one-to-one marketing, then you have a e-marketing, online marketing, digital marketing. This kind of approach has to be used used here. Have you get that? Then here, not only that, some constructive criticism has to be also accepted, right? If you have some kind of complaint related to the product, even you can forward that complaint to the company itself, isn't it? So the constructive criticism also there. Then extensive surveying related to the product is there. Then use of artificial intelligence. I have given one example. You can check everywhere, you get that. You search one product in Amazon or Flipkart, you'll get the same product always flashing in your Facebook account or your Gmail account or any other email account if you have. So this kind of artificial intelligence technology has been also used nowadays. The contemporary means the current scenario of marketing strategy. Is it clear now? Right. And so all these 18 approaches that has been listed is already discussed to all of you, right? So here what just whatever be the approach is there, the purpose is very simple, right? What the purpose? The customer centered and the revenue generation, right? So here one more point I like to add here, that there is one formal approach has been developed for this customer focused marketing, right? Customer focused marketing, that is called SIVA. CY is called SIVA, right? This is the formal approach to customer focused marketing. To S stand for solution. Listen carefully. S stand for solution, I for information, V for value, and A for access. So the old concept has been just innovation has been made. For example, if product provides solution, so product is changed to the solution, right? It means if you have a certain desire or certain needs, you get one product for that, you get a solution. Then promotion become information, isn't it? So if you don't have any idea what the product requires, awareness campaign is there, certain kind of advertising has been there, so this promotion is turned to the information. So price is now to value, price convert to the value there, right? And then access means place or the distribution, that is access there. So you can easily understand the things here. Now the new concept or the formal approach for the customer focused marketing is SIVA, solution, information, value and access there, right? Is it clear to all of you now, all this approach? Now we need to understand the same concept irrespective, because as the topic suggests, we have to understand the marketing function with a special reference to forestry, right? With a special reference to forestry. So there is total 18 approaches there. So most of the approaches that has been applicable there, we can use sometime product, there is production is also there, then customer centric you can also add here to understand the marketing function of forestry. Then you can have this or you can summarize it, we can use traditional also, we can use modern, and we can use the contemporary approach also there to understand the marketing function of forestry here, right? So whenever you have to write or you have to make a note on that, you can use any approach, and you have to use the forestry product there, and then you can add how the things can be promoted, or how the production can be channelized, how the product can be regulated, right? So you can have that kind of approach for the marketing of forestry product too, right? So there are 18 approach is there, so you can attach any approach to understand the marketing of forestry here, right? So that's why I have just adding some note by getting through some research paper so that you can understand the role of marketing in forestry sector, right? So there are 3 levels of processing where you have to do the marketing. forest ecosystem itself, right? Logging and conversion into products, all these things has to be done there. So if you have going to study this all this 18 approach, so you will get some economic approach, you are also getting this environmental or ecological approach, isn't it? So if you look at there, forestry sector, since marketing is totally new for this forestry sector, so it has all these three processing has to be there: forest ecosystem, logging and conversion into product, right? And apart from that, you have also make a recognition for this NWFP. So that's why I'm making this small note from one research paper. Reference I have already given in the last, right? And then here you can understand easily that this is the things. Production aspect need to be understand there, because we have already know that, and I have already explained you that the tree or the you can say the vegetation has to grow on its own, so it is a producer and product, right? So here we have to add some technology, if it is possible to add some technology or some new kind of science, right? So that we can make the production more feasible. Then that kind of practice also we should do here. That's why it is much production and product oriented, that you can understand here, right? And obviously if you are doing the marketing activity, whatever the product that you have, the purpose is very simple: the identification and satisfaction of real needs and wants of the market, right? That we have to understand here, because initially in the forestry sector this aspect is not in the picture, right? Only the rules, the policies, the regulation has been devised there, and the forest has to be managed accordingly. But nowadays, since forest management come into the picture, so as I told you, management means the revenue generation part will be there. So when the revenue generation will be there, unless or until you have to fulfill the needs and wants of market or the consumer there, so initially there is no identification satisfaction level has to be counted, but now we have to add this identification and satisfaction to here, right? And obviously competition will be there, so we have to use more technology, more science, so that the production can become visible. And then obviously the various levels of forestry activities together. So as I have already explained to you, you have to the product promotion, price, distribution, place, then the economic we have to include, then we need to have some research, some proper planning. So all these activity has to be come together in forestry too, right? So the same thing is written over there: customer about availability, quality, price and services, distribute the goods and services here, right? So in summary, this is the summary that one need to understand here. Is comprised the whole time identifying certain needs and wants of the marketplace. It means whatever the approach you have related to the marketing, whatever the sector you are selecting, whether it is a forestry or even any other sector, this is the core, right? Identifying and satisfying the needs and wants of the marketplace, right? So that's why it is marketing coming out the whole technology. So whatever the approach we have discussed, the 18 approach, right? And maybe some new approach will come into the picture through some several research in maybe some few years, but still the purpose is to this: identifying and satisfying the needs and wants of the marketplace, right? And if you have to do this responsible forest industry for responsible marketing, so this three approach has to be included there: economic, social and environmental responsibility have to add there. Then your so the approach for your marketing will be responsible. That is the one line that has been added here. And these are the summary. I have already explained the summary several times. So this is the basic summary. So there is the main point that has to be added there. So as you look at there properly, explosive information, expansion of technology, aggressiveness of competition at all level is there. So you have to have a marketing strategy, you have to think clearly, some research work has to be done there, right? And this is the most important thing: test and test, right? It means every time you have to do research work, you have to do certain kind of implementation in your plan, and there will be chances some degree of fail or there is a chances you are unable to get the desired result as per the plan, but still you have to go ahead with that. You have to again devise new tools, again you have to experiment those new tools, again you have to implement the new tools related to the marketing, right? So this is the gist of this approach. And then I have added what about the reference. So lots of reference has been used here, so you people can go through that reference. So this is all about for this approach of marketing and the forestry that I have already explained to you, right? So now if you people have any question, you can ask a question here.